in this module, we're going to be talking about types of businesses to target for ATM placements. Okay, there's a ton of businesses out there, but there's certain ones that an ATM placement will benefit the business a lot more. Okay, so the first one are hair salons. Why hair salons? Because it can be a cash-only business. Yes, obviously some businesses do have cards, but you have to remember every business owner has merchant fees. So if they take credit cards like Visa or MasterCard, they have to pay every month called merchant fees on those transactions. Okay. Also, you want to remember that every business owner wants more cash flow going into the business rather than obviously, card transactions, okay? So hair salons, it's obviously can be a cash business because obviously tips, right? And some hair salons only accept cash, okay? So if you find a business that's cash only, it's more beneficial for them to have an ATM placement in their business. Hair salons is one. Another one is barbershops, right? Most barbershops are cash only businesses. Hotels, but remember with hotels, you want at least to have, those aren't cash only businesses, but basically people are coming from all over the world and stay in hotels, right? And so when people come from different countries or different parts of the city or something like that, they don't always have their bank, right, local. So what they do is you can put an ATM in a hotel lobby, right? But you want to make sure that hotel has at least 100 plus rooms, okay? Dispensaries. Now dispensaries and gentlemen's clubs, okay, are basically called high volume locations, okay? So if you come across a dispensary, right, or a gentleman's club that you want to place an ATM in it, these I say are the number one, actually I would say this is number one, this is number two location that you want to be in. Why? Because it's high volume, it's cash only, strictly cash only, and like I said, a ton of people are coming in constantly, right, to these locations and spending tons of cash. Plus with ATMs placed in gentlemen's clubs, you can have a surcharge. Instead of like $3, you can have a surcharge of $7, right? Rather than $3, okay? And so it's basically number one location, number two location, dispensaries. Another location is liquor stores, right? Very busy liquor stores. You always have an ATM there. Fairs, so fairs can be a really good one because if you go to fairs, it's only cash only, right? It's very rare that you find vendors that take credit cards. So people are obviously at fairs. I've been to a fair. I mean, probably if you're watching, if you've been to a fair, you always want to have cash on you. Busy restaurants, so if you know a restaurant in your local area that always has a good foot traffic, always has a lot of people coming in, obviously definitely want to talk to the owner there and get an ATM there. Bars, that's kind of like a no-brainer just because bars obviously want more cash flow into the business. Tattoo shops, most tattoo shops that I've been to have been cash-only businesses as well. Massage parlors are obviously, I think, mostly cash-only businesses as well. And nail salons. Some actually charge, actually take credit cards, but most that I've been to, they have to charge the customer like $1 or $2 to use a credit card. So they much rather have an ATM placement in their location. And so these are, like I said, just a few businesses that I actually target in terms of ATM placements. Like I said, that what I found the best ones to be are dispensaries and gentlemen's clubs, okay? Another way to find local businesses in your area. These are a couple ways to do it. One is to go to your city hall, and you can actually, there's public records of actually every business in your city that's obviously you can actually purchase, which isn't too expensive. You can actually purchase that list and you can actually have phone numbers, emails, addresses of all those types of businesses in your local area. What you want to do is this. You also want to join your local chamber of commerce. What that basically is basically every month your city, all the business owners in your city meet at one location, right? To basically hear about other people's businesses, see if you guys can network and connect and help each other grow each other's businesses. That's definitely something that you want to do. You can meet a ton of businesses over there that would love to have an ATM placement. Another thing that you want to do is build in a LinkedIn, okay? This is one of the biggest social media platforms for professionals, okay? LinkedIn. So it's one of the best things to do. So you can go on there and you can find local business owners that can benefit from your service of an ATM placement. And obviously, we're in the 21st century. Social media is one of the best things to do. Is obviously you can target business owners. You can target leads as far as people that know what you do, and maybe they know somebody, right, that that can use an ATM in their business, right? So it's not always just business owners, but maybe through social media, somebody can contact you, say, hey, I actually have my uncle, I actually have my best friend's daughter, my best friend's dad that actually owns a business and would love to have an ATM placement. So like I said, you never know, right, who your friends might know that wants an ATM placement. Funny story is this, good example is this. I actually was on social media advertising my services, asking people that anybody knew anybody that would need or can benefit from an ATM placement, told them it was completely free. And I actually had a friend contact me and connected with me with somebody that he worked with, one of his coworkers, that was basically knew a guy, a business owner that owned multiple dispensaries. And long story short, we contacted that guy, told him about what I can do for him, gave him a pretty hefty transaction, split with him on my ATM and his businesses, and now that led to 10 different dispensaries.